is. Okay, you guys, this is Jennifer. Chloe, she just read a book to you.
Yeah.
What was
Don't
I
forget
scared
to
of?
see this book, What Was I Scared Of?
Yeah.
A Glow-in-the-Dark Encounter by Dr. Seuss.
So,
you should
yeah, all of these books are by Dr. Seuss that we're reading.
This is our Dr. Seuss session.
Okay, this is Didwick, the Big-Hearted Moose.
Yeah. Wait. Didwick, the Big-Hearted Moose.
That's actually funny.
I love you, total sticker.
Yeah, Dr. Seuss. Okay.
Speak loud.
Up at Lake Winnebago, the far northern shore, lives a huge herd of moose. About 60 or more. And they all go around in a big happy bunch, looking for nice tender moose moss to munch.
Carry on with your book.
Up at Lake Winnebago one day, they were lunching, just strolling along and enjoying their munching, for the moose moss that day was especially fine. When it happened that Didwick, the last moose in line, saw a bingle bug sitting. The bug called out, "Hey! It's such a long road, and it's such a hot day. Would you mind if I rode on your horns for a way?" For a way?
For a bit.
No, it says for a way. Of course not, smiled Didwick, the big-hearted moose. I'm happy. My antlers can be of some use. There's room there to spare, and I'm happy to share. Be my guest, and I hope that you're comfortable there. So the bingle bug picked out a nice, easy seat, and the moose went on looking for moose moss to eat. Wow, he is a really friendly moose.
Yes.
Well, an hour or so later, Bug heard a squeak, and he heard the small voice of a tree spider speak. Said the spider. That moose seems quite friendly. Has such a nice face. If I got on too, do you think he would mind?
Right now, I'm ready my hoverboard.
Chloe.
My hoverboard. Okay. So let's not get the computer wet.
Okay. Hop aboard, laughed the bug, and I think that you'll find that the moose won't object. He's the big-hearted kind. Accept, said the spider, with joy and delight, and he started a web on the horn to the right. He is my favorite character. Ooh, there's the little spider. While the spider was spinning, he heard a gay song, and a fresh little zinazoo bird came along. Gay means happy back then.
Oh, okay.
He
Gay
stopped,
means happy. Okay.
and he stared, and he chirped, "Well, well, well! What a smart place to build! What a great place to dwell! I've been living on trees ever since I was born. But here's something new. Why not live on a horn? If there's room there for two, then there's room there for free. There's plenty of room," laughed the bug, "and it's free." Yeah, you guys, gay means
happy.
Yeah, back then.
Not the other gay.
Didwick stopped walking. What was all that talking? These guests had caught Didwick the moose unawares. "Hey!" he called out. "What goes on there upstairs?" Oh, wait, I forgot the picture. Oh, look, there's a little bird in the moose's face. These pictures are a little brighter. "Just building a nest, sir," the zinazoo said, and began yanking hairs out of poor Didwick's head, and he plucked out exactly 204. "Don't worry," he laughed. "You can always grow more." Then he dozed off to sleep in his fine moose hair nest. This bird, murmured Didrik, is sort of a pest. He's being mean now. But I'm a good sport, so I'll just let him rest. For a host above all must be nice to his guests. He's a nice moose, I guess. Besides, now it's getting quite late in the day, and surely tomorrow they'll go away. But at last, the next morning, the sun's early light brought to Theodorak's sad eyes a most unwelcome sight. "Meet my wife," said the bird. "I was married last night. And perhaps, by the way, I should mention to you that her uncle is coming to live with us too. You're a very fine host, so I knew you would be willing." Wait, I thought that. Oh no, see, there's the poor little dog.
That poor moose.
Yep, he's the nicest moose, so we can't say no. Then, the uncle, a woodpecker, started in drilling. Oh no. All Didwick's friends shouted, "Get rid of those pests!" I would, but I can't, sobbed poor Didwick. "They're guests." "Guests, indeed," his friends answered, and all of them frowned. "If those are your guests, we don't want you around. You can't stay with us, 'cause you're just not our sort." And they all turned their backs and walked off with a snort. Oh, poor him now. He doesn't want the animals, but they're... Gosh, I got my book accent. Poor Didwick, though. He just wants friends. And, yeah. It's so mean. I love this book. It's a good book. But it's so sad. Very sad. Okay. Let's keep on reading to see more. Okay. Now, the big friendless moose walked alone and forlorn, with 4 great big woodpecker holes in his horn. "What holes?" whispered Herman, a squirrel who spied him. "What holes to hide nuts in?" Mind if I try them?" "They're yours," called the woodpecker. "Get right inside 'em. This big-hearted moose runs a public hotel. Bring your nuts, bring your wife, bring your children as well." So the whole squirrel family all jumped on, pell-mell.
Oh, poor Didwick.
I like this book.
That's why you said you just have to say no sometimes.
Yeah, it's a lesson. And the very next thing the poor animal knew, a bobcat and a turtle were living there too. Now, what was the big-hearted moose going to do? Wait, did I show the picture? Oh, yeah. Well, what would you do if it happened to you? You couldn't say "scat," because that wouldn't be right. You couldn't shout "scram," because that isn't polite. A host has to put up with all kinds of pests. For a host, above all, must be nice to his guests. So you try hard to smile, and you try to look sweet, and you'd go right on looking for moose moss to eat. Moss. Poor Moose, he didn't even get his moose moss.
Moose what?
Moss. But now, it was winter, and that wasn't easy. For moose moss gets scarce when the weather gets freezy. The food was soon gone on the cold northern shore of Lake Winnebago. There just was no more, and all Didwick's friends swam away in a bunch to the south of the lake where the moose moss to munch. He watched the herd leaving, and then Didwick knew he'd starve if he stayed here. He'd have to go. Oh no, his moose friends are leaving. That's the bugs out here sound like a bike. But He stepped in the water. Then, oh, what a fuss. Stop! Screamed his guest. You can't do this to us. These horns are our home, and you've got no right to take our home to the far distant side of the lake. Be fair, Didwick begged with a lump in his throat. We're fair, said the bug. We'll decide this by vote. All those in favor of going say A. All those in favor of saying say nay. A, shouted Dudwick. But when he was done, oh no. Poor him.
It's his hotel. He should shut it down.
Yeah. It's not even a hotel. Nay! Nay, they all yelled. He lost 11-1. We win, screamed the guest, by a very large score, and a poor starving Thidwick climbed back on the shore. Then, do you know what these pests did? They asked in some more. I don't like this anymore.
That's so mean.
Yeah. Why did I get a mean book? They asked in a fox who jumped in from the trees. They asked in some mice, and they asked in some fleas. They asked a big bear, and then, if you please, came a swarm of 362 bees. Poor Thidwick sank down with a groan to his knees, and then came something that made his heart freeze. Oh no. This is the worst. Why would bees?
Yeah, I just told them to all get out.
Bullets came zinging right past Thidwick's face. Guns were banging all over the place. Get that moose! Get that moose! Thidwick heard a voice call. Fire again and again! And shoot straight, one and all. We must get his head for the Harvard Club wall. Oh no, hunters.
Oh no, is he gonna die?
Well, I think that might scare the animals off. I don't know. Thidwick took his hat to his heels with the load on his head. With 500 pounds on his horns, the moose fled. He could have run faster without all those pests, but a host, above all, must be nice to his guests. Up canyon, off cliff, over wild, rocky trail, with bullets bouncing around him like hail. Up gully, through gulch, and down slippery slopes. With his hands hard, a gust raced off the hardened mist. Then finally they had him. Because of those pests, he had run out of luck. Because of those gusts on his horns, he was stuck. He gasped. He felt faint. And then the whole world grew fuzzy. Didwick was finished completely. Or was he? Oh, wait. I didn't show the picture. No. Finished? Not. Didwick decided not. It's true. He was in a most terrible spot, but now he remembered a thing he'd forgot, a wonderful something that happens each year to the horns of all moose and the horns of all deer. Today was day. Did Buck happen to know? Oh no, he's in luck. That old horns come off so that new ones can grow. And then he called to the pest on his horns and he threw them up. You want my horns? Now you're quite welcome to them. Keep them. They're yours. As for me, I shall take myself to the far distant side of the lake.
I think stick up for yourself.
And he swam in a bingo and found his old bunch and arrived in time for a wonderful lunch at the south of the lake where the mooses moved to march. His old horns today are where you knew they would be. His guests are still on them, all stuffed as they should be. All their stuff.
I think they're dead.
They are. Okay. Thank you. That's how you deal with things. You can't be too nice. You can't be too mean. So don't let someone take over you. Bye. Like and subscribe. Thank you for watching.